Hey, this is Rick and welcome back to another product review. From time to time I do these product reviews to see how these things work. I see them on the internet, and if they're not too expensive, I'll go ahead and purchase them and I'll try them out in my own application, and then I'll do a review on them and sometimes a partial unbox. Now it is the fall now, and you would think, why is he going to do a review on a fan? This is a clip-on fan. You can clip it on anything you want to cool down. But for my application, if you like to grow your vegetables or catnip or any other kind of plant that might have a thicker type of stem structure, then you kind of want to simulate the outdoors in your grow tent or wherever it is that you've got your plant set up. You want to have that movement like natural wind. So I looked on the internet and I found this. It was under, I think it was $15 shipped to the house. Like all products, I'll put the links to these products under the description page on YouTube. You can click on there and check them out for yourself, see if it's something you might want to purchase. I tend to kind of lean towards Amazon because of their Prime shipping. If you subscribe to that, then you get pretty good deals. And for somebody that's on a lower budget, it seems to work a little bit better. This is by Genesis. This is going to come in, I believe, at a 6-inch fan. And if you can see right there, it shows you some of the applications. It's going to have a stand as well as a clip, which is what I like. As for the box, there's not much on there. Go ahead and we'll open it up. Sometimes I like to open things up from the bottom. That way you don't destroy the top. If you need to put it back in, send it back, whatever. There's not going to be much in here, I'm sure. Now everything is these days made in China. Comes with a little thank you for choosing Genesis products. Gives you a 1-800 number for support if you run into any problem. There's a little owner's manual here. It says 6-inch desk fan with clip. The do's and don'ts, like any product. I'm sure you don't want to spray any water on it or anything like that, especially while it's plugged in. It says extend your warranty for free for $15. I don't think I'm going to worry about an extended warranty. It's made out of, looks like just a cheap plastic. Almost like a frisbee material. It will bend a little bit. Solid enough that I don't think it's going to break. Let's see what the clip looks like. Pretty big heavy duty clip. It's got a pretty heavy duty spring in there. You can see that. It's made out of a little thicker plastic than the base from what I can see. It's a lot heavier. Looks like the positioning on the spring you can turn. So you can put it in different positions. But that's a pretty big spring right there. My hands are pretty big, so that's giving you a footprint of like almost 6 inches across there. At the width part, 4 inches. So that's a good size meaty clip. And it's about 2 inches wide. The base, 6 inches that way, 6 inches that way, and 5 inches that way. Stands tall, about 5 inches. We'll get those out of the way. Go ahead and take the fan out. According to the box, it says it's a 6-inch fan. It's got this plastic surround on there to protect the fingers, little fingers, any fingers. And that shroud there will keep the fan blades from getting nicked or anything like that. There is a screw there. It looks like you can take it apart if you want to clean off the blades. That top part will come right off and separate from this base right here. It's got an on and off switch here. 0, of course, is off. And then you have 1 over here and 2 there. So it's a 2-speed fan. It's got a little thumb screw here on the side. And I guess that attaches it to the various mounting brackets that are provided. Spring clip and the pedestal. So the fan does measure about 8 inches on the surround, the 8 inches overall. The fan itself is measuring roughly 6 inches. On the width, 5 inches there. Has a UL sticker there for the fan, so it has been tested. It says Genesis clip fan, model A1 clip fan black. 120 volt, 0.25 amps, 60 hertz, made in China. It does look like it has a sizable cord on here. Okay, we'll take this apart. Nice and stiff. It's not like a cheap one. A little protector on the plug. Pop that off. So that cord is measuring in at 6 foot. So it's got a generous cord on there for length. So to change these bases out, you're going to have to remove this thumb screw here. Just has a little nut on there. You don't have to be mechanically inclined. It just comes right off. Just don't lose those. Sets right on that base there. Goes right in between like that. You're going to want the base forward. That takes care of the weight forward of the fan. Go ahead and line those holes back up and slide that screw right through. You'll see it pop out the other side. And go ahead and lightly put your nut on there. My fingers are a little bit bigger. Maybe you'll have a little bit easier time with putting this nut on. You pull it back out a little bit. It is shaped like the nut on this other side here. So go ahead and drop that nut right in there. and then run your thumb screw in. That way the nut doesn't screw out on the back side. It stays right in there nice and even. So set it up like that. There you go. It's going to sit up now for height wise. You have it completely flat, about 11.5 inches. You tilt it back. So you're going to need about maybe 12 inches overall if you have it sitting somewhere in a cabinet or something, if you want to let it stand there. Let me go ahead and plug it in. Like a lot of product reviews, the thing that frustrates me about them is they'll show the product, but I want to show and see exactly how much wind we're going to push with this thing. I want to know how much wind this is going to push. I don't have a wind indicator, but I can maybe set something up so we can see. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've plugged it in. We're turning on the first setting. Fairly quiet, just a little bit of wind. Let's try just this plastic bag it came in. And you can see it's pushing that plastic bag up. Very quiet. That's just a light breeze. Put a box in front of it. It's not powerful enough to push that box. This box weighs probably maybe around 4 or 5 ounces. The flap's moving a little bit, not much. Let's go ahead and put it on the higher speed. Okay, that's considerably higher, but it's not screaming like the old school fans you used to use when you were smaller, but it's definitely going to move some air. You can see that. The box, it's trying to push that box, so it's got some air movement to it. So I think for moving some plants or something, that'll be fine. You don't want them blowing around all over the place anyway, to the point where it's going to snap your plants off or anything. You want to just give it a simulated movement so they can grow a little bit stronger. If you had like small seedlings growing or something, you'd probably want to put it on the lower setting because it might snap them right off. The higher setting might be good for a bushier type of plant that you're going to grow inside. So overall, I think it's pretty good. Longevity wise, we'll have to see. I'll test it out, and once I start growing some vegetables for indoors, or maybe some catnip. We just got our rescue King. Here's King here. He's trying to climb up here and check everybody out. This is King. He doesn't like the fan. Sorry, King. So King wasn't having a fan. Apparently it was too much air for him. So there's the off setting. Let's go ahead and check out the spring clip. I don't really have anything to simulate that too much, but I have a board here. I can try and hook it up. Take that out. Now the clip is going to go whatever direction you want to put it on. It's going to spin around completely, so it can be this direction or it can be this direction. It doesn't look like it's going to line up any different if you spin it around. You're not going to put it the wrong way. Slide it in there. So my clip is a little pressed in there and it's pinched on the ends, probably from molding. Maybe just tweak it out a little bit. Be careful you don't snap it. So you may have to put a little pressure in there and then slide that bar in there. I don't have the hand strength like I used to. Go ahead and start your thumb screw like we did the other base. Slide in that nut and drop the nut in there like we did with the other one, and lightly turn the thumb screw. Don't over tighten it. You're not going to have to. It's just plastic. So here we have the base, and say you had something such as this laying there. Put that clip on there. As long as that base is supported, that fan will clip right on there, no problem. So it can point down almost all the way to the back, completely up. If it's sitting like this, the same way, you can angle that whatever you want. And once you get it to where you want it, just lock in that screw a little bit tighter. So overall, for under $15 shipped to your door, I think this is going to work for my application. Hey, thanks for watching. Once again, please subscribe. That subscribe button should be down there in the corner. Go ahead and click that. Like I said, all the links for this will be at the description page under the YouTube video. Share with your friends and take care.